Alright, what's going on, you guys? Nick here with Nick Strength and Power. I've got a couple of interesting stories for you guys today. I hope you guys had a great holiday weekend. If you celebrated the holiday this weekend, Merry Christmas. I took a couple days off for the holiday, but now I'm back, and so is Ramy. So the first story that I've got for you guys today, Big Ramy returns to his home country of Egypt, and yet again receives a hero's welcome, arguably this time the biggest welcome he's ever received. Which is a little bit surprising considering the fact that he did not defend the title this year. He did not win. He was 5th place, as you guys well know by now. And we've obviously seen some of the welcomes he's got in the past, especially the one after he won the first Olympia title. They were all huge, but this one seemed to be the most rowdy and excited of all the welcomes that he's gotten. So this was always impressive to see Ramy return home and get these kind of welcomes. You just don't see things like that here in the United States. If someone won the Olympia or won the Arnold, they're likely not going to be getting welcomed back to their home state with like traffic parades and like damn near riots. Everybody's chanting his name, and it's just cool to see. And this still begs the question of what is next for Big Ramy. Is this the end of Ramy's career after placing 5th instead of defending his title? Is this where he rides off into the sunset like a lot of people suggest he should do? Now, I'm still told that it's on the table that he might do the Arnold Classic in March. In just 2 short months at this point, we've got the Arnold Classic coming up. Will he do another Olympia? And if he does he even have a shot at winning it again? It seems like maybe not. But let me know what you guys think in the comment section below about Ramy's welcome home and his chances of competing in the future. Alright guys, today's video is sponsored by Morgan & Morgan Law Firm. Did you know that in 2020 there were over 5 million car crashes? That's more than 15,000 a day and 600 per hour. Those in an accident can be entitled to more than you think. And that's where Morgan & Morgan comes into play. When you're injured, you deserve compensation, and the size of your law firm matters. Morgan & Morgan is America's largest injury law firm with over 800 lawyers in 100 offices nationwide. The best part is Morgan & Morgan's fee is completely free unless they win your case. Over 3 million people trust Morgan & Morgan, and getting started is easy. You can check out the link in the comment section below for more information. Now, next up in the news, let's talk about Ramon Dino. So, speaking of the Arnold Classic, Ramon did a video where he confirmed that he has begun his prep for the Arnold Classic in March. After a very successful Olympia for Ramon, taking 2nd to Chris Bumstead, looking the best he's ever looked, the Arnold Classic is kind of an exciting prospect for him when you consider the fact that last year he was 2nd at the Arnold to Terrence, who was 6th at the Olympia this year, 4 placings behind Ramon. And I'm also being told right now that it looks like Terrence will probably not do the Arnold Classic. I think in all likelihood, Terrence is probably still trying to figure out exactly what went wrong at this year's Olympia for him to drop as many placings as he did and focus on fixing that for next year, and I would assume trying to get back to the Olympia stage. Now, I'm still kind of the opinion that the issue with Terrence was conditioning. I think that was the main issue, and I think that was caused by the weight cap. As you guys know, Terrence weighed in 1 pound heavy. He had to like run up and down the escalators in a sweatshirt trying to lose like some water weight so he could weigh in again within an hour and meet that weight criteria. I think that had something to do with it. But for that reason, that's why I'm hearing that he's not going to be doing the Arnold Classic. And since he was the only guy that beat Ramon at last year's Arnold, we've got to be talking about Ramon as the favorite to win this year's Arnold Classic, which I think if he does achieve that between his placing at the Olympia and then winning the Arnold, he would have a massive amount of momentum going into next year's Olympia, as he already does. Now, I've also heard as far as classic physique goes at the Arnold that will be doing it as well, and some other guys from the top 10, but it's kind of unconfirmed. But we now know Ramon is prepping for it, and I think that's exciting. I think that makes the classic physique division at the Arnold already a really good one, because now you've got the runner-up from the Olympia. You've got what seems to be the appearance of Terrence Ruffin not competing, who is last year's he would be the defending champion this year. Breon, as you guys know, who has won the Arnold Classic in the past in classic physique, he has now officially switched to 212. So right now, it really seems to be the era of Ramon Dino, and I think he, in all likelihood, will go on to win this Arnold Classic. Now, next up in the news, Josh Lenartowicz, IFBB pro bodybuilder from Australia, had a pretty big fan base during his competitive career. Had to take some time off because he had this brain tumor. And he's been off for several years now, but he finally announced his comeback to professional bodybuilding will be in 2023. Now, the last 2 notable appearances that we saw from Josh Lenartowicz was the 2019 Arnold Classic, where he placed 8th, And then the 2017 Mr. Olympia, where he was top 10. He was 9th place in 2017. And he is, or at least was, Australia's #1 ranked pro bodybuilder. I don't know anybody from Australia right now that is better than him or has been better than him as far as placings at major shows. And I think a lot of people are probably really excited to hear about his comeback because the health issues that he suffered were really unrelated to bodybuilding. It was kind of a freak genetic thing that he suffered, so it wasn't really something that was going to be made worse by bodybuilding after it was treated and removed successfully. And I was always a fan of Josh and the conditioning that he brought to the stage, so I, for one, am excited to see what he's able to do with his 2023 comeback. I'm sure it will be an impressive one. Now, next up in the news, I wanted to talk about Hunter Labrada reacting to his placing this year. So obviously last year at the Olympia, Hunter Labrada was top 4, first call-out, really in the mix in terms of those comparisons and placings. This year, not so much. He didn't make that top 6 call out. He actually wound up in 7th place as his final placing. So he dropped 3 placings from last year, even though it seemed like a focus of his prep this year was to come in bigger, put on some size, make improvements. It doesn't seem like those improvements were enough. In fact, I think his conditioning suffered because of the added size. I think that was one of the main reasons for his placing. I think he had some issues with his midsection. That seemed to be pretty apparent to me. But this is what Hunter had to say in his latest Instagram story reacting to his placings. Y'all want real, here's real. I just walked in my gym for the first time since leaving home for the Olympia to change this timer and move some blood around. I absolutely lost it when I thought about last year's worth of work that had been put into this room only to fall short of my expectations in a major way. And at the end of the day, those are the only set of expectations that matter to me. This past weekend was the best I've ever been, but there are some things that need fixed and some things that need figured out, and that's what this year will be about. Looking forward to really unpacking all this to y'all after the holidays, but for now it's time for me to be with my family and take care of myself. I will be back and better than ever in 2023. And this is the important announcement here. He says, y'all will see me twice, once to qualify and once in 316 days. That will be at the Olympia again. He puts #WinTheDay. So that's right. That's the brutal nature of the Olympia. Even though he placed 4th last year, the fact that he placed 7th this year does not qualify him for next year's Mr. Olympia. So even though he's been in the conversation for the past 2 years now as a top Olympian, now he's got to go back to the drawing board and try to qualify, as does everybody else that was outside of that top 6. So my guess would be we're probably not going to see Hunter Labrada until later on in the season. That's really what his post, I think, could be interpreted as to me, is that he wants to take some time to figure out what happened, take some time to try to fix that, and then try to qualify in 2023. So probably a show later on, like Tampa, like Texas. Probably in all likelihood not going to see him at the Arnold. I did hear that there's a possibility we might see Derek at the Arnold. Also a possibility we might see Sean Clarita at the Arnold, which would mean he's doing open and not 212. But we're going to find out for sure about the Arnold Classic in early February. That's when the final competitor list should be coming out. So that's going to wrap it up for the video today, guys. Again, hope you guys had a great holiday. Make sure you like and subscribe for more bodybuilding news and content just like this. And as always, I love you guys. I appreciate you guys. Nick Strength and Power signing out. All right, guys, don't forget to click that like button and subscribe to this channel if you enjoy the content. Also, check out my Instagram at Nick Strength Power. My Facebook page, which is simply Nick Strength and Power. My secondary YouTube channel, Nick Strength and Vlogs, for vlogs and bonus content that you will not see on this channel. And consider subscribing to my third YouTube channel, Nick Strength and Pokemon, which is all things Pokemon and trading card games, completely unrelated to this channel. So if you're into that, give that one a look. And all links to merchandise and social media will be in the description box below. If you guys want a Nick Strength and Power t-shirt, that will be in the Shopify link below. Have a great day.